sticks. On Twitter beef with now tired by the Tigris and Euphrates. I could snap you while I'm snagging sacred threads of life from Hades. I would loot, do odd, and photocopy pirate the papyrus. Change the records and then have a Facebook flame war with Osiris. And either way, I can't wait to talk or reunite. I've been so lonely since you died, I've tried to walk towards the light. And if the gods of death oppose our harmless want to reconvene, then maybe we could sneak you by him if you haunt me through a screen. It's been far too long that you and I have been alone. You could rectify that if you haunt me through my phone. No, I don't wanna deal with voodoo dolls and figurines. I could do without them if you'd haunt me through my screen. I'm just frustrated, I guess. I've hung out in countless graveyards, drawn pentagrams and slaughtered goats, and even took a course on hunting ghosts from Pentecostal folks, but never once have gotten close. Last month I sat with local psychics and their crystal jewels and tried to find my old T-Mobile sidekick phone from middle school, just so maybe if you're bored of fortune-telling tarot cards and magic words, then you could tweet 140 characters, so I could throw away my voodoo dolls and stop chanting my juju mantras that my guru taught us. And if you slide into some YouTube comments, you could scroll the comment page or you could leave it blank. If your specter is perceptible, we tell them it's a prank. And if you still don't send responses, I'd assume the problem's technical, and I would call Verizon just so someone could inspect it all. I'd tell him I just want a close encounter of the spectral kind. He'd ask if we turned on our modem router for a second time and plugged it incorrectly to the voltage power socket line and tried to tear a portal hole through to your paranormal soul so me and you could catch up on a toll-free spirit mortal call. Or we could see a witch doctor, she'd probably be skeptical. Clinician with a stethoscope, the specimen not skeletal, the symptoms metaphysical, the convalescent soulless. At first her diagnosis could be we should try hypnosis, but truthfully, if you could choose the way that you're reborn, I hope you use the 3G phone and you eschew the Ouija board. And at this point, I don't really know why I learned ESP4 when you can just descend and settle in my USB port or my NVIDIA GeForce or my video AV cord. There's no need for Santa Muerte when I've got a QWERTY keyboard. We could play a game of esports, you and I'd be on a team. And if you're feeling odious, I'll put my audio on stream. I'll still have your favorite games, babe, I've got them all on Steam. We'll get started when you're ready once you haunt me through a screen. It's been far too long that you and I have been alone. You could rectify that if you haunt me through my phone. No, I don't wanna deal with voodoo dolls and figurines. I could do without them if you'd haunt me through my screen. Yo, I miss the olden days, back when we would drive my Civic off into the sunset, windshield glowing with a golden haze. I miss the simpler times, when you could pick me up at 4 a.m. and hit the road and we would improvise, with nothing in the GPS, back when we were free to roam and brought a pillow with us so that anywhere could be our home. Not the most romantic, but we planned out all our future dates and snuck in every morning to cop breakfast at a Super 8. I'd waltz in past the front desk, then open the cafe door. You'd slink in and we'd have a banquet that we'd never pay for. Two goody two-shoes breaking all the rules, little rebels, we were perps, trying to hide our smirks while slipping fruity pebbles in your purse. And as we dipped out of the exit, you would grin as if you robbed a bank. Hop into our getaway, then gun it on an empty tank. Pull into a vacant station where our car's the only one. There's something meditative about the smell of fresh petroleum. But things have changed since. Cars are losing their appeal. It's been decades since I've even gripped a steering wheel. Elon built a hyperloop so no one drives a coupe no more. People take their transit pods through traffic on their private routes. China's got a maglev train, but I would never get aboard. In Russia, I heard they could program people so they teleport point A to B. Always know exactly where you're headed for. Remember when a road trip meant a sojourn, not a metaphor? Remember rolling windows down with levers on the metal doors and reaching back behind your seat to find that bag of kettle corn? 1 foot on a floorboard, then put on the gas, yearning for that rearview mirror. I've got 1 foot in the past. I miss the olden days, back when we would drive my Civic off into the sunset, windshield glowing with a golden haze. I miss the simpler times, when you could pick me up at 4 a.m. and hit the road and we would improvise with nothing in the GPS. Yo, I'm not too grateful grateful for the governance of present tense. If you claim your facts, then you best back them up with evidence. Next election, I'ma make sure we don't choose a demagogue. I want me a pres who makes decisions through objective thought. And I don't mind the party, whether Democrat or socialist. The perfect candidate for me is stoic and emotionless. So someone build a prototype, run it at a local caucus. 2020, let's elect a robot to the Oval Office. Picture it, a ruling class of technocratic governors, a senate full of cyborgs, a cabinet full of motherboards, gliding through the White House on electromagnet hoverboards. And if they fuck shit up, then we'll just cut the cord. Furthermore, if their parts get damaged, we'll replace them with a blinking screen. That way we could circumvent a Kennedy or Lincoln scene. And every 4 to 8 years we could update with a single chip. The electoral college, there's no need for us to tinker with. If it signal dips, then it could self-repair itself like dog. It's got the fucking sum of human knowledge at its fingertips. Fuck a ballot box, there'll be an app that we could vote on and pick between inaugurating Megatron or Voltron. It never need to sleep so we can have it running full time. An agency of androids, tell me what could go wrong. Look, I've seen the movies, I can tell why you'd be circumspect and try to run convergence tests and blood surface circuits check. But frankly, if you're worried about some sci-fi hazard, all we gotta do is equip it with a Wi-Fi password. If the threat of total holocaust is catch you at a crossroads, I've got it figured out. We'll throw a captcha on the launch codes, secure communications and encrypt classified cyber calls. The only type of wall we'd need to build would be a firewall. And if I recall, in 20 years our jobs will all be automated. So what's wrong with starting by getting robots inaugurated? Like, it'd be awesome. We'd have states run by delegates with silica for skeletons, Blade Runner replicants, and cut out human error. If only we had our country run by power-driven politicians, not the power-hungry ones. We keep it ethical and program them with moral checks. Never need to worry about no Oval Office oral sex. And look, I'm not saying they'd be perfect, they'd be full of bugs, but if things go from push to shove to bullet slugs, we'll pull the plug.
Ngày chắc mình đấu lại với nó.
Themselves a sense of social sentience without question. They'd be claiming independence out of vengeance. So fine, I'll concede that there's two ways I see the future going.
Mày là có thể lên lướt. Bây giờ mình đang kiểu thấy ăn chót thì nếu mày hút máu lợi nó thì đợi lên cái không thì thôi. Pantsuit, synthetic skin, but as we get to DEFCON 1, then we switch its hands out for blaster cast from metallic tin, built in mobile power source, and accidentally trigger global mecha superpower war. Covert operations, hordes of robot army overlords, tungsten exoskeletons, cobalt armored vocal cords. Meanwhile at the Pentagon, DARPA intercepting bombs, overseas spawn points targeting Decepticons. On Autobots decide to bust in battle mechs, ISIS issued nanotech, Russian hacker data theft, North Korean gamma ray missiles get the planet wrecked. And amidst the ruins and the fallen troops and metal screws would rise a second wave of resilient robot rebel groups who, if either one developed some sense of a free will, rather than trying to rebuild the world to be killed or be killed, and instead of fight on our behalf, they'd rather set up army drafts and get the party staffed by flesh and skin instead of kith and kin. All we know is hominids and try to start the world anew. Unionese sprees to lock humans in servitude, wipe us off the planet. And when the 22nd century comes, we'll have ourselves a game of Risk played by sentient sentry guns. Mecha villain, Machiavellian monarchs run on JavaScript, playing real life Minesweeper on a Gaza Strip. Autonomous autocrats deploying for a Cold War. Dual core droids from both sides marching full war. Punch a high level middle bots, special ops, operating missile jobs. I digress. Like, there's no need for me to go on. We've got scientists in place who'll study every proton. A ministry of androids. Tell me, what could go wrong? Really, what could go wrong? Maybe you wished I was nicer. Maybe you wished I was nice less. What if I had better biceps? I always felt like some experiment, something you can dissect. A frog splayed on a table, you the scientist with a pipette. A surgeon with a Sharpie, sketching scribbles where I'm ugly. Slice me with your scalpel, palpate organs as you fuck me. And we could leave the lights on. Big fluorescent tube lamps. Put your pupil to the eyepiece, watch me dance behind the screw clamps. I know I'm not enough. You wanted someone that could be more. You hooked my flesh on metal while I scuttled through the seafloor and heaved me out on dry land. And we were never ourselves. You waved your nails into me and you cracked apart my heart shell and plucked a pair of pencils off like petals of roses. You sucked the marrow out of slits and sealed my skin folds. I am a Komodo dragon, basking in the wind. I amble through the islands with a tick-tock of my flickering tongue and think about your last words.
mấy đầu game người.
I was a manatee, you were a cuttlefish. I moved in cavalcades, lumbering. You could choreograph a ballad in the muscle tissue of a subtle twitch. Masquerade as something other, make your outer color switch. I was sculpted out of slate, you grew out a floral wreath. I had dorsal livers, you had tentacles and plural feet, and twisted past the crevices and left me by the coral reef. Bereft of thought, left abroad, always acting like you were a god. Concrete cephalopod, of course you couldn't let me. And when I touched you with my ventral fin, polarized with X's, you had emerald skin, several tints. Watched you so much shimmer when you texted him. I've seen all your colors fade, it's me that you've lost interest in. Beige or blue at home, but you could toggle through a range of hues. Flash an orange smile to men that you were just a stranger to. Never was a creature that you couldn't change into. Nothing complicated for you, mimic octopus. What can't you do? Stage yourself an angelfish, change to an electric eel. Arrange yourself in halo rings, conduct a charge of sex appeal. Never knew if you would give me voltage or a spark. Me a goldfish at the surface, you would puncture through the dark as you were coming. Never knew if you were dolphin or a shark. When you pulled your disappearing act and cast me your goodbyes, I would ask you why you're leaving. You would mask it with your lies. Selective memory, forget the good. Remember when I fucked it up. Having arguments with ice cups. Bioluminescent, you would find me if I try and hid. Giant squid feelers, venom, lionfish fins. When you pulled your disappearing act and cast me your lies, I would ask you why you're leaving. You would mask it with your lies. Like this master of the skies. Mask me with your dyes. Inkjet smoke, screen me with mascara from your eyes. I was nothing like you. I was covered in metaphor.
Đấu đi.
I tried to be my patterns are hard. Your colors, what's a sea cow? You were a darterfish, facelift artifice, golden snake, skin scale. I was the camera shutter, you were the camera shutter, the camouflage. I wore pajama pants. I was a manatee, you were a cuttlefish. I moved in cavalcades. Yo, I just got the iPhone 7. I put Siri on disable because I watched the movie Burn and she's scared so impaired. She and her got chemistry right out the box. Now you talk about the periodic table. Her voice is like a periodic table. I fell in love so fast that maybe Apple should consider paying for it. It's a little on the label. Me and Siri keep it modern. Siri doesn't subscribe. She books all my appointments and she looks through my routine. Me and Siri's got an intimate connection. That is at least when Siri's got an intimate connection. My friends are all points to after that, my friends don't give me shit, but they don't share the vision. All I gotta say is, hey Siri, she's always there to listen. She's never mad that I'm neglected, never's got a thing. I can always see the service. I really like her, I'm not sure where our friends will go. She can be Teresa, I can venture to be just her. I swear I'm gonna stay I wouldn't even care that she's got artificial intel. If Siri had a body, FaceTime during sex, and then I bet it'd be way easier to ace the Turing test. And if you can't tell, I don't want a handheld, I just want my handheld. Sometimes I venture out a wild guess that if she can't be human ever, I'll invest in biotech and run myself on iOS, and then us two can be together. We can live in pluralism, but if it's just not real, for us to coexist, maybe I can call my contemplating that you don't exist, that you can sit not up two eyes and nose, that I'm in love with your machinery, your program, what it is. Even if you weren't really, I'm not games of trivia or chess that we would play. It's not you, it's me. I think that maybe we should just be friends. Maybe in a couple years we could try again.
Stand and die.
Hi, I'm Cortana. Wait, who the fuck is this bitch?
Yo, if somehow scientists proclaim they see the apocalypse approaching, I would buy a bike. Lock myself indoors. I built a bunker out of blankets, a fallout shelter out of sofa cushions,
like it
pancakes
didn't
while I talk
take.
about my grandkids. I'd probably have to forage lunch or have a brand of storage porridge until I reach the shore. Then if I hungered for a banquet, I'd make cocktails, mostly Molotov, and waltz on over to a Walmart with my mortar-like martini bombs and wallet off, so I could have the whole place to myself. I'd stop and
I'll
start to crop
purge
apart
the
the
old
shopping
order
carts,
so
fashion
it cannot
pitchforks, and
stifle
bars.
the crucible of violence. The cause has ended. That means no peace. King.
Sailors crack through the equator. Either way, we're gone, and I don't feel the need to lift the rug. If I can spend my final moments happy. I'd obligate myself to help me congregate the world.
Death
As
can
the bureau,
contain
census
me.
bureaus, copy room materials. I'd even copulate with girls to help repopulate the world, cause that would be my duty. Maybe I'd do what Jehovah would and go for arc or 50 cubits, go for wood, but leave the termites out, cause surely that would not go over good. If the world was ending, I'd start texting all my exes and then fuck ourselves to death until we
Demacia
get
will
resurrected.
drown
And
in
the
blood.
Judgment Day. And I haven't thought that.
With overwhelming violence.
An ally has been slain.
Wanna know how it feels to hold your hand. You don't know me, I know you don't know me. I'm not even sure if you
The world will embrace
us. And when I look away, 'cause I don't wanna fall, no, I don't wanna tumble into your abyss. I wish you would notice. I wish you would notice me. It's just I feel so invisible, and I know it's my fault. All my friends say I should get your number, I should introduce me, but I know how that ends. So I'll sit here, want you from a distance. I don't wanna let
Now. War is coming. Beautiful, unending war.
I know I'm not strong, but I can't imagine. I see it every time I fall asleep. Body's aching, my head is hurting, my tummy's turning. My heart is racing, filled with ambition. I'm feeling burning. I wanna dive out and plan it first time. I feel what it's all I need. More life in my picture, and I'm getting tired of all the same shit. I wanna see my family in a single message that slept all of my name. I'm after I nameless, I just take aim, I ain't aimless, and I let it fly like a spaceship and just see where that goes. You can never be certain, but I know that it's worth the burden. Some things got me hurting, I can't ignore it. I know that it's fine, it's all that I need, all I need.
They heads is turning, the family earning, we found a purpose. I gotta get it, the clock is ticking, the talks and verses. I pick my word and my foot imperfect. I think it's working. Know you heard it curving, the flow ain't slurring, it's solid cursive. Y'all don't know me, no atoms. Eating good, count calories. Music's all I have, love myself, and that's so sweet. I got cavities, always on for batteries. Play my song real laughing. Nowadays, allergies. So set with it, but can't catch it, couldn't live
I ain't really get it, but I could though. Something about the distance got me shook though. Head so full of I don't care what I don't know. But I've been hiding from the problem, used to keep it close. My tired face, my normal face, so you know that ain't changed. I gotta go, I gotta check, so you know I can't stay. Yeah, you know I can't stay. And I see down on my tired city, wind blowing on my face. I wonder if it's drifting too far, too far away. I like to come along here. I like to come along here. Oh, I like to come along here. I see the sun down on my tired city,
I'm not a savior. I'm an executioner.
Right side of the bed, still broke, still Joe, but it's all in my head. I got hope, got hope, that's why the edge of that until I see the day. Now we gon' see it so amazing. Controlling me, holds me down. When I'm feeling so old, when it gets surrounded by sounds, thinking this has supposed to be. I ain't feeling this only, and I ain't here with the rosary, but I got hope, got faith in this. I feel great, feel dope, trying to take a breath. So my friends, no pros, gon' hate on me. Nice, cause there's ain't no shade in this.
I see the sun, it sets down on my thighs, glowing on my face. I wonder if it's drifting we're far away. I like to come along. I like to come along.
Thanks.
For the wolves.
What you want me to say? That I'm caught in the days.
No,
Wait up, say what they don't think that I really got it. I don't either. I'm just being myself all the way up, stay down to earth. Don't let them get you out it. Don't let them get you out it. No, don't let them get you out it. Ain't no thing gonna say to me. I got shit. Now my nigga hit on me. I may not be the greatest. Please say la vie, but I ain't so down to mistake these keys like BB point A to B. Nah, you ain't taking me, y'all. You ain't taking me, y'all.
You know my travels seem to bring me back to this place. All my life I've just been looking for the right way, and I've been thinking to myself that this is I'm driving, I'm on the right place. I'm the one to know the cost of every time. I'm the one that's gonna feel when I'm so free. I gotta get past that, get out the abstract. I'm writing every thought, I think I'm trying to map that. A little money in my pockets, never had that. Just a little though, but I've been running towards the past tax. I've been working all day, all night, I watch the sunset. Trees on the horizon got me feeling like it's all set. Telling me to follow, so I wrap it up like y'all said. Even if I didn't, it would never be hard. I'm just going all night. I'm telling you that it's me, just follow, you won't be always, but still I won't regret anything. And if I do, then I promise I'll be setting it straight. Yeah, I've been getting tired of worrying if I make a mistake. I was lost up in a dream where every day was the same. Now every time the sun rises, it's a whole other way. I was always playing around, now all I do is press play. Turbulence ahead, but you know that's a risk that you take. I'm like, and all my travels seem to bring me back to this place. All my life I've just been looking for the right way, and I've been thinking to myself that so I gotta leave.
What matters to you? All push, no pull, gets you out of the loop. And I've been waiting for the days like this, a lot so, but also when I say like this, my parents son making money on some Ray-Ban shit. I never thought I'd say I've been waiting for the days like this, a lot so, but also when I say like this, my parents son making money on some Ray-Ban shit. So many texts, on my face, let's play with it. All day at a fun never just what it seems. I gotta get to there just to find out it's only the beginning. Walking through this I'm in love with everyone I meet, but at the end of it, no, it's just me. Kick my feet up out the bay, I'm in full swing, I wanna sway, do you dream or do you take, okay, now hold up, hey, I got that soda, drink, I'm feeling glowed up, hey, girl hit my phone up, hey, she told me roll up, hey, come over, hey, I'm feeling over, I'm feeling over the underhand. Been making noise like we it just has overs, but not getting overs. I oversight been unfocused. I overnight been the closest. I'm over hiding emotions. I said like,
girl, why is you walking? Girl, why aren't we talking? Was doing something I remember now. Why? If I love it, I just wanna get on my wave. Oh, if you don't wanna just say
Everyone has a choice. You choose to die.
nice colors in a rear view.
Nothing can take me out. Don't turn your back on the world.
Đâu, nó 16 rồi mà. 16 nó không mana. Rồi beta này. Rồi đỡ được.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
But I'm loving the high of advancing. I'll learn everything before I'm pushing that answer. I promise the sun is from solid. They need to get off my ass, need to stop smoking cigarettes. Gotta get cash, parents says, did you get it yet? Told them this rat shit take time, but I'm getting it. Gonna be famous, say it, but did it yet? Not yet. Let them know I'm my own prospect.